Well, that next year, 2015, you're age 51 at the time. You end up competing in Bellator 138 with Kimbo Slice. You end up taking a TKO at 2 minutes and 22 seconds in the first round. And there's a lot of controversy around this. Some people felt that you took a dive.
Yeah, I did it for the money.
Right.
Yeah. That's if you really know me, you wouldn't, that's just, to me, it was just crazy. It's like the work that I put in, the effort, the years, the damage to my body, it's just an insult. It's an insult because that's not in my DNA. I don't go in there and do that stuff. Not in that instance. No way. UFC is a different ballgame. That's the real deal. And so sometimes things are said like that, and some people say it and they don't realize the effect that it could have on me when something's said like that. So that's why I take a hard stand when it's said, because I don't want it to get out of control. I don't want anybody to ever be thinking something's going to happen like that, because that's not me, not in the UFC. That's not going to happen. And so I know when it did happen, I got pretty aggressive with it, make sure that it didn't. But I don't hate anybody for it, obviously, because they've got to have their own thoughts, right? I was a great fighter at one time. And for when someone sees me, and even train with me at times, sees something like that happen, their mind is like, there's no way that can happen to Ken Shamrock. But hey, age gets to everyone.
Yeah, Father Time's undefeated.
Yes.
And then that next year, Kimbo Slice ends up passing away.
Yeah.
Dan Wetzel, the author, did a eulogy for Kimbo Slice, and he described you as a tomato can in that eulogy.
Do you love guys that know history? You just got to love them. Tomato can. Yes. That speaks a lot about UFC in the early days, right? Yes, it was weak, no competition. Royce Gracie sucks. I was a tomato can.
Well, speaking of Royce Gracie, in 2016, you're age 52 at the time, Bellator 149. You fought Royce Gracie. This was 21 years after the last fight. How did that go from your point of view?
Yeah, I think disgraceful. It was very disgraceful. And to this day, I still question it, of how a referee cannot give me time to be able to recover from a groin shot. Yeah, that one there is bewildering to me, because it was pretty clear. I mean, they showed it on the Jumbotron. I think the audience spoke their mind very clearly. They were booing big time, because when that happened, it was pretty clear that the knee went low, and that I was telling the referee he hit me in the groin as I'm trying to hold my cup and push it down. And when we got up, I felt like they were going to give me time to recover. Instead, they brought to the center and they raised both of our hands. And I was like, are they calling it? Like, what are they doing? Like, I didn't understand it at first. Like, I thought that they called it a draw, or like a no contest, or, or something. And then they put my hand down, and then they raised his. I was like, what just happened? Like, they didn't see that? And then it's even more so. I actually sent pictures of the bruising and the swelling that I had down there, because it was a hard shot, and my cup literally slid up to my belly button. And and I sent a picture of the bruising and the swelling. They ignored it. Just didn't do anything about it. And so to me, I think when we talk about the biggest regrets, obviously I have, some others, but that one there, that one's going to sit with me forever, just because it's like, that was one, they robbed myself and they robbed the fans of a real fight. They didn't allow it to happen, because they could have easily done a rematch. And what would have been even easier is for them to give me 5 minutes. Like, let me recover, because I would have fought no matter what happened. Just let me get rid of the pain. Let me fight. And they didn't give me that chance.
Well, in 2019, on your Facebook page, you announced that you have no plans to fight again. What led up to you essentially retiring at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that I'll never say the word retire, right? But I think it was just the way that the last couple of fights have went. You know, the Kimbo Slice one where, you know, I felt he tapped, you know, it didn't happen. I just felt like I wasn't finishing fights. Like I wasn't like I was, like go past that point to just dominating and finishing. And so, and it was becoming a point to where I felt like I was endangering, also put myself in danger because I wasn't able to do the things that I needed to do. If I was just going to go in and have fun and do the fights and enjoy this and kind of do it until I couldn't do it anymore, I had to be at least be able to protect myself. And I felt I got to a point to where I was getting so slow that I was literally putting myself in harm's way.
Well, and then in 2020, you got inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame, aka TNA. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was like I said, you know, anything like with the UFC or anything like that, it really just speaks to being able to be honored. But and you also know that it's forever, right? You're in there and it's not going away. So it's special. I mean, it's like you work all this way in doing things, and then you know that payoff there that they'd have appreciated it.